Now on CoastTV News.
The showers and storms have diminished across Delmarva this morning with a very warm and humid day in store, but more rain builds in tonight into Wednesday, prompting a yellow alert. Details coming up.
Biden to leave beach today. We look at the incredible shift of the political landscape that has taken place during his week-long visit to our coast.
Delmarva reaction, we're showing you the mixed opinions on the historic decision made by President Biden.
Kamala looks to secure nomination where the process stands in getting a new candidate on the Democrat ticket.
This is CoastTV News Today.
It is Tuesday, July 22nd, 2024. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Paige Marley. Thanks for being up with us during our 5 o'clock hour.
Yeah, and it was hopefully the calm after the storm. As we're coming off a Monday night that we did see some tornado warnings.
Yes. Did that little alert freak you out too?
A little bit, yeah.
Those always get me.
Jumped me. But, we were checking before we went on the air. So far, no reports of extensive damage or injury. So keep fingers crossed that remains the case as we go throughout the day.
Yeah, best we could have hoped for coming out of those phone alerts we all got yesterday. But we are going to bring in First Alert meteorologist Bob Trahey now. Bob, the rain, though, we all know that happened. That was a lot.
Oh, yeah, we had all that rain last night, guys, and good morning. At least an inch of rain in many places with the torrential rain at times, and we also had that tornado warning. It was kind of a loosely rotating situation with a lot of rain around it, so we haven't seen any damage yet, but we'll let you know if that does change. Anyway, we are drying things out this morning. Any kind of showers have moved offshore. Now we're beginning to see a little bit more in the way of clearing as we're getting a little break in the action, but we remain in this southwesterly flow, but we have some drier air back to the west, so that will move in today, meaning a pretty warm day, and it's already into the mid-70s out there, and the winds are coming in out of the south and west. And Futurecast this morning may be a little bit of fog or haze. It's still pretty wet out there. Temperatures in the upper 70s, and we quickly warm through the 80s by noon into the mid-80s, and then close to 90 inland areas later today. Along the beaches, we're into the 70s and 80s in a very warm evening, and feels like temperatures, we're looking at low to mid-90s inland and 80s and low 90s along the coast. So very warm and very humid. Then the rain and storms return tonight into Wednesday with a yellow alert for the potential of heavy rain. I'll talk about that more in detail coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Bob. We're now taking a live look at our nation's capital. President Biden set to return to Washington today. He arrived along our coast last week as the presumptive nominee for re-election. He will leave as a one-term president.
Supporters are rallying around Vice President Kamala Harris now as the favorite for the Democratic presidential nomination. And for the first time, President Biden is speaking out about leaving the race and passing that torch as Republicans, they're pivoting their focus.
The NBC's Bree Jackson shows us how Democrats are showing support, how Republicans are still pushing forward with their campaign.
After a major political shakeup, Vice President Kamala Harris is reintroducing herself, meeting with staff at what's now her presidential campaign headquarters in Delaware.
And it is my intention to go out and earn this nomination and to win.
President Biden, isolating in Rehoboth Beach after testing positive for COVID, called into the campaign.
I want you to know, I won't be on the ticket, but I'm still going to be fully engaged.
Following Biden's exit from the race and endorsement of Harris, top Democrats are coalescing around the 59-year-old.
She is well equipped to prosecute, I'm going to emphasize, to prosecute the case against Donald Trump.
The Trump-Vance ticket is ramping up its criticism of the former prosecutor, putting the blame directly on Harris for the Biden administration's challenges at the U.S. southern border.
Kamala Harris is America's border czar. And how's our border doing, ladies and gentlemen?
While questions remain about the Democratic Party's ticket, including a potential running mate, Harris's run for president is energizing donors, raising $81 million in just 24 hours. But some Americans say they still want to know more about the candidate.
She might be a little bit harder to beat because there isn't any mud on her that I've heard about.
What can she do for our economy? What can she do, again, in those aspects that I feel like Trump maybe kind of aligns more, I guess is my thought.
Harris is seeking to make her case on the campaign trail. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
All right, now take a look here. This was the scene Monday as the president's Secret Service still blocking access to his home in the North Shores area. This, of course, after the president announced he's dropping out of the race from his Rehoboth Beach home. According to the White House, he will head back there to the White House just a little after 2 today.
And many of us have said this is unprecedented in a candidate dropping out this close to the convention. And after all the primaries, CoastTV spoke with Dr. Samuel Hoff, a political science professor at Delaware State University. He says, historically, one-term presidents who seek re-election and fail for whatever reason are looked at unkindly in history, and he believes that will be the case with Joe Biden.
Because of the circumstances of when he decided not to run anymore, after he had effectively gone through the primaries and caucuses, and if the person that he beats him again, I think, unfortunately, his standing will fall in history.
And Vice President Kamala Harris has enough delegate support to become the Democratic Party nominee. Harris appears to be the front-runner for that nomination. However, convention delegates, they are still free to vote for the candidate of their choice at the convention come August. The vice president was endorsed by President Biden just minutes after he announced he would not be running for his re-election. Harris issued a statement after hearing that news that she has secured commitments from enough delegates, saying that she looks forward to formally accepting that nomination soon.
On Monday, as you saw, Vice President Kamala Harris made her way to Wilmington to what was Biden's campaign headquarters, and now it is hers. Before that, she had words of praise for President Biden in her first public appearance since the president announced he would end his bid for re-election.
And I am firsthand witness that every day our President Joe Biden fights for the American people, and we are deeply, deeply grateful for his service to our nation.
Along with delegate support, Harris has received the endorsements of many of Biden's allies, such as Nancy Pelosi and the Clintons.
CoastTV went out to the streets Monday to hear from locals across Delmarva of the events this weekend. We found, of course, many have mixed reaction to the groundbreaking news.
And now that he has decided to step down, Kamala Harris and her future running mate are going to be the way to vote blue, because we want to continue the good work that President Biden started.
Well, based on policies, I would like to see the Republican Party win. I think I'm more like-minded than they are. I just retired from a manufacturing job, so I appreciate where Vance talks about his upbringing, so on and so forth.
And the Democratic Party will officially decide its presidential candidate at the convention in August.
This does bring us to our CoastTV poll. We want to know, which candidate do you believe will win the presidential election?
It's a tight race there. Look at that. 49% of you saying Trump, 50% of you saying Kamala. That 1% you're saying neither. Who are you going to vote for? Let us know. You can still vote. Go to coasttv.com or vote on our app. This morning, Delaware State Police will continue to investigate a shooting that happened in Milton. This was happening Monday morning. Police say it was around 4:47 a.m. when they responded to a call about a shooting on Collins Street. Troopers found a 19-year-old man who had been shot in the torso. The man was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. But police say the preliminary investigation revealed the man was living in a shed on a property when an unknown person fired several shots at that shed.
Happening today, the mother of Gavin Knupp is expected to be in court. You may remember the Worcester County teen killed in a hit-and-run 2 years ago. And according to Worcester County Court, Tiffany Knupp is facing 9 charges, including several felonies and misdemeanors. Court says she's being charged with theft between $1,500 and $25,000. She's also being charged with misappropriate embezzlement. This is all relating to the funds from the Gavin Knupp Foundation and the Shaka Pool Bar. Knupp's lawyer had previously denied the allegations. You can find more information on this on our article on coasttv.com.
Happening today, Lewis will be discussing its bike plan, and according to the chair of the city's Bicycle and Pedestrian Committee, officials have been working with DelDOT on this project. It includes safer biking and walking routes in the city and traffic calming measures and education. The Bicycle and Pedestrian Committee will be meeting at 5:30 at City Hall.
And we're just getting started on this edition of CoastTV News Today.
Still ahead, Millsboro Bypass Bulletin, what's expected at a meeting today now that we are 1 year out from DelDOT's planned completion date.
And Plim parking problem will tell you why one planned J1 housing situation may not be in the works.
And a North Star topped the agenda. What's expected this week as a proposed development will be discussed again in Lewis for the mega housing development. We have that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
It's the last day of auditions. Let's do this!
There's too many good acts.
That was as good as I've ever seen.
Whoa! We are going to the live show!
AGT, tonight on NBC and Peacock.
Everything comes down to this moment.
What a way to start it off. Bring home the gold. The greatest female swimmer of all time.
Wow. Welcome back, Simone Biles.
Hurricane season is here, which means power outages can strike anytime without warning. Don't get caught in the dark. Let the expert electricians at FH Fur install a Generac whole home standby generator, keeping your lights on, your family connected, and your home safe no matter what. Call FH Fur today and get $1,000 off. Plus, for a limited time, we'll include a whole home surge protector absolutely free. When Mother Nature strikes, it's too late. Stay powered, stay safe with FH Fur.
877-CALL-FUR. FHFur.com.
Introducing Paisano, the authentic pizza oven by Granite Stone. Now make the world's most delicious pizza with real stone right in your own home. You simply set it and let it make golden, crispy, extra cheesy stone-baked pies in under 6 minutes. You can get your Paisano pizza oven for just 3 easy payments of $39.99. Plus, we'll ship your entire order free.
Call 1-800-608-5198 or order online at buypaisano.com.
Wake up smarter.
I've got the 5 things you need to know to start your day.
Take a trip down memory lane.
Remember in elementary school when you would make those boxes?
Find your next furry friend.
His name is Peppy, and he's a 12-year-old Chihuahua mix.
And discover your inner clumsy.
That's a sad sign that you're getting old when you just take a little tumble like that.
Make your mornings brilliant. Join April weekdays from 6 to 10 on 107.1 The Duck. Sponsored by Acme Ceramic Tile Company.
It is 5:12 on our Tuesday morning, starting to dry things out on our Bay Health Cam in Dover. Still some wet roads and puddles from last night's heavy rain out there. And clouds and radar starting to show that activity, well, it's well offshore now. We're beginning to dry things out. We're going to see sunshine today, but with that sun, it's going to be very warm and muggy. We're looking at temperatures now pretty mild already into the mid-70s, and we've got a southwesterly breeze. Here's your golf forecast today. I left the putt short in the fair area just because it's wet. It's going to be muggy. Not the best day for golf. 89, feeling like 90 to 95. Make sure you have the water with you today.
Delaware State Fair announced it has canceled its sensory-friendly carnival program. It was scheduled for today. What the program was designed to do was to give people with autism the ability to take part in fair activities in a sensitive environment. Now Autism Delaware is making the claim that the fair is not properly equipped to provide a safe experience for those with autism. State Fair General Manager released a statement apologizing for the situation. Organizers say full refunds will be given to families who planned on attending. Looking ahead to today, after holding a public hearing Wednesday for the proposed mega development in Lewis called North Star, Sussex County Planning and Zoning has added it again to their agenda this week. The new housing would go here along Route 9 and Beaver Dam Road. If you've driven in that area, you'll recognize this as near the Vineyards apartment complex. The commission will continue to talk about the plans for the large development. It calls for 758 single-family homes, 94 multifamily units, and 96,000 square feet of commercial space.
Be extra cautious on the World Wide Web. Government officials say hackers taking advantage of the major tech outage that was causing that grief worldwide. Cybercriminals, they're promoting fake websites that have malicious software, including some with keywords like CrowdStrike. Yeah, if that sounds familiar, it's the name of the cybersecurity firm that recently had that glitch that caused all the tech crisis. The hackers hope to lure victims by promising to repair the outages, or they're offering to sell them fake cryptocurrency. McDonald's customers, you'll be able to soon enjoy getting a break on fast food costs a little longer. The burger giant saying it'll keep its $5 meal deal on the menu at most U.S. locations. McDonald's launched the meal deal in late June in response to the weaker than expected sales. McDonald's saying it'll consider extending the deal again beyond August after it releases its earnings report next week. Still ahead this morning, a parking problem, what the Plaza says it plans to do before public hearing to expand J1 housing.
We're seeing some clouds out there and some blue skies too in Salisbury on our Spicer Brothers camera. It will be a warm and muggy day. We get a break from the rain with sunshine, but the rain returns tonight and Wednesday with a yellow alert, the possibility of more heavy rain. Your forecast details for the pony swim and the rest of Delmarva coming up in 2 minutes.
NBC News Daily, weekdays at 1 on CoastTV. What do you do when your tire goes flat and there's no air anywhere? You reach for Bullseye Pro, the smarter, faster, hands-free way to fill it up with air. Bullseye Pro is equipped with a rechargeable lithium-ion power plant. So fast and so convenient. It's like the power of an air compressor in the palm of your hand. Look, you can inflate all 4 tires on a single charge. It has a built-in smart pressure digital sensor that gauges and automatically stops when the set tire pressure is reached. Easily inflate pool toys, exercise balls, and more. Call or go online now and get the complete Bullseye Pro inflation system for the factory direct price of just $79.99. Plus, we'll ship your entire order free, and we'll give you a 50% discount on a second one. Order now.
To order, call 1-800-771-0865. That's 1-800-771-0865 or go to getbullseyepro.com.
Pinnacle team was awesome. I was impressed how that was. I mean, the big machines they had.
The floor looks great. It's brighter. It brightens up the room a lot. It's, the grit in the floor, it helps with us responding to the, getting to our lockers. Usually we come running through here and everything like that. The Pinnacle team was really great. They were professional. They were, very honest. They wanted to get us done, and they got us done on time. Pinnacle was amazing, and we absolutely love the floor.
Pinnacle Concrete Coatings, because quality matters.
Welcome to the party. You guys, this is our show. You just never know who you're going to meet here. Let's do this.
Drew Barrymore, weekdays at noon on CoastTV.
Sunkissed Summer Mixtape on 102.5 WBOC.
Sponsored by Baths by Spicer Brothers.
The UV Index Weather Report is sponsored by Ocean City Tourism. Somewhere to smile about.
Time is 5:17, and you're looking live at Ocean City. We're waiting for some sunlight there on this Tuesday morning. We're one day away from the much-anticipated pony swim in Virginia. Bob, plenty of folks waiting to know if they'll need rain gear for that swim.
Yeah, and I think the answer will be yes, Matt. I think we are going to need that for the Chincoteague Pony Swim, the 99th. That's tomorrow, beginning at noon on DSN, so make sure you check that out. And unfortunately, I think we're looking at isolated storms through about 2 o'clock, and then a better coverage of storms from 3 o'clock to 5. And watch for vivid lightning, maybe heavy rain, and temperatures into the mid to upper 80s, and a southwest wind as well. So it could be a little hazardous for the ponies and people alike out there. The heavy rain from last night has diminished, and now we're looking at some drier conditions, a mix of clouds and some blue sky as the heavier rain has pushed offshore. We're getting a little break from the rain today as we have a little bit of drier air moving in. However, there is a trough of low pressure across the Great Lakes, and that keeps us in the southwest flow, and I think we are looking at more of that rain building in tonight. Temperatures out the door, it's pretty mild and muggy out there, low to mid 70s right now, and feels like temperatures pretty similar to that. Here's Futurecast. We're looking at upper 70s this morning. Watch out for a little bit of fog, otherwise a mix of sun and clouds, and then I think it dries out even more this afternoon with more sunshine. Mid 80s by noon, 80s at the beaches, and then some inland areas around 90 around 4 o'clock. 91 perhaps in Lewis, 89 Millsboro and Delmar, with 80s at the coast. Then this evening we start to thicken up the clouds, and here comes another round of rain. rain through the overnight, and some of this could be on the heavy side once again. Remember, the ground's already soaked for a lot of us, so maybe some local flooding is possible as we go through the overnight into Wednesday morning. Heavy rain, vivid lightning is possible. Here's 11:30 as we get closer to the Pony Swim in Chincoteague, looking at more scattered showers and storms, and tomorrow temperatures into the mid-80s. And I think we still have a chance of a few storms as we go into tomorrow evening, and not done there yet because we have one more system, and I think that moves in on Thursday, giving us another chance of rain. Then we finally dry it out Friday and into the upcoming weekend with slightly lower humidity, and it looks like the weekend's in good shape. Here's our muggy meter. We're very humid the next several days, but then it does start to dry out Friday and still kind of muggy into the weekend, but not as bad as it is the next few days. And we could see a lot more rain on the way, maybe 1.5 to 2 inches in a lot of areas as we go through the next several days. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 89 today, partly cloudy skies, and those storms tonight into Wednesday. It is a yellow alert for the potential of heavy rain on Wednesday, 85, still showers Thursday, mid-80s, and then dry Friday into the weekend with increasing sunshine. Umbrella winner today is Jim McKeegan from Dagsboro. Congratulations, Jim, on your brand new umbrella from Paul Davis and Coast TV.
Thank you, Bob. We have developing news out of Ocean City. That's where the Plim Plaza planned on submitting an application to the town's planning committee last Tuesday. This in the hopes of housing 73 seasonal workers for next summer. That proposal was pulled back due to some parking issues, according to the plaza's attorney. The current town code states that 14 parking spaces must be restricted to only seasonal workers, but those spaces are currently being used for their guests. One seasonal worker says he lives with 9 other J1 students.
It's kind of crazy because it's a bit of chaos in my house all the time, but once a week they do like cleaning and stuff, and it's good for several days.
Yeah, Plim's Plaza attorney plans on having an informal discussion with the planning committee on their proposal to see how it will be received before their public hearing.
Coming up on Coast TV News today, Millsboro Bypass Bulletin, how DelDOT plans to ease downtown traffic in the city with a project expected to be complete next summer.
When you're close to the land and the sea, you can taste the goodness. The historic Lewis Farmers Market brings farms closer to tables. Meet the growers, talk to the people that milk the cows, and pick the perfect peaches. Organically grown fruits and vegetables, sustainable meats and eggs, A2 dairy products, artisan breads, and fresh local seafood.
The historic Lewis Farmers Market is in the park every Saturday from 8 to noon and at Crooked Hammock Brewery every Wednesday from 8 to 11:30 a.m. Born in the stars, formed in the earth, shaped by designers around the world, and curated by Khalsa Jewelers in Lewis. Paul Chen, also known as Sundar Khalsa, is a meditation and yoga master as well as the owner of Khalsa Jewelers.
At Khalsa Jewelers, we offer signature pieces to celebrate love and those special moments in our life. Peace to all, light to all, love to all. Celebrate with us at historic Lewis and Rehoboth Beach.
Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness, itchiness, or coldness? Then you need the new, clinically proven Legzercise Pro, the natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg movement to soothe pain and promote healthy circulation the natural drug-free way.
After using Legzercise for a week, I felt like I wanted to go for a walk again without pain like I used to.
Legzercise Pro's patented walking simulator propulsion technology moves your feet back and forth along its concave track, creating constant movement and flex at both the knee and ankle joints. It's like having a physical therapist right in your own home.
It's helped with the swelling and the pain. The tingling feeling is gone.
Call right now and order your very own Legzercise Pro, the clinically proven automatic leg mover that soothes pain and naturally promotes healthy circulation. Call now.
You like to keep your beard perfectly groomed, but she hates all that mess. Now there's VacuTrim by Bell & Howell, the total body shaver that trims your hair and vacuums it up. VacuTrim stainless steel blades give you a precision cut, while the built-in vacuum captures the hair shavings. It has 20 trim settings to shape your beard and tame body hair with no mess. Get VacuTrim with free shipping for only $39.95.
Call 1-800-263-0608. That's 1-800-263-0608 or go to vacutrim.com.
Download the DSN app today. Driven by Preston Automotive Group.
New this morning, Millsboro will discuss its bypass project once again. According to State Representative Rich Collins, a DelDOT engineer, we'll talk about where that project stands now and answer any questions. So here's what the project looked like in May. The goal of all that, it's getting traffic out of downtown with a planned completion by DelDOT in summer of 2025. It's expected to be 2 miles long, run from the Route 113 and 20 intersection to Route 24. 4 bridges are planned to be built along the bypass, with some going over Millsboro Pond.
Sussex Academy has elected a new head of school, which went into effect at the start of this month. Kyle Bentley was chosen after what the school calls a thorough months-long search process. Sussex Academy says Mr. Bentley has extensive experience in academics for a number of schools. He was also named 2020 Assistant Principal of the Year.
Here's something to get excited about, the 99th Chincoteague Pony Swim. That's happening this Wednesday. Don't forget it, that's tomorrow. Coverage begins at noon on the Delmarva Sports Network and on the DSN app. It's a herd of wild ponies swimming from the Assateague Channel, so make sure to download the DSN app. Just do it right now so you're ready to play, pony swim trivia tomorrow. Get excited. The prize will be a 2-night stay at the Key West Cottages in Chincoteague. Again, that coverage and trivia, those are sponsored by Matt the Carpet Guy.
I don't know how I would do it in Chincoteague Pony Trivia, but I'm assuming that I'm not eligible to win that super prize anyway.
Maybe not us. You guys are.
Yes, so play.
Yes.
But Bob, let's talk about today. Coast, Bay, hoping for a little bit calmer situation.
Yeah, I think we are. We're going to see more sunshine. We do get a break from the heavy rain, guys. We're going to see sunshine and warm and muggy conditions at the beaches. I think we're looking at highs in the 80s in Fenwick Island and Ocean City. Maybe a few showers later on this evening. Rip current threat is still moderate. Be careful out there. UV index is high. For Lewis, mid to upper 80s today, and Rehoboth mid to upper 80s with a mix of sun and clouds on the bay side. Cambridge, you're looking at highs into the upper 80s. Very muggy today. And then Crisfield, a little cooler for you in the lower 80s, but then some showers this evening and more rounds of rain and storms on the way with a yellow alert tomorrow. I'll have much more on that coming up in a few minutes.
All right, Bob, thank you. Also coming up after the break, airports still on pause. We're telling you how experts say U.S. travel is still not completely back to normal after that massive outage last week.
Also, Biden supports second in command as he is heard for the first time in public since making the decision to drop out of the race.
And as Vice President Kamala Harris takes on President Biden's endorsement, she also now has enough delegate support to officially become the Democrat nomination. We'll tell you how this could all change by the party's convention next month. CoastTV News Today will be right back.
This summer, Lewis is your go-to destination for live music. Rocking the Docks brings you the best tunes from soulful sounds to classic vibes. There's something for everyone. Plus, enjoy food trucks and explore our vendor market at every show. Don't miss out on beautiful sunsets and great tunes. And don't forget to bring the whole family. Kids 12 and under are free. Rocking the Docks, your summer soundtrack. Tickets on sale now at rockingthedockslewis.com.
Intruders are more likely to target homes with dark zones. Take the bullseye off your house and turn on Bionic Spotlight Extreme 360, the motion-activated home defense light that looks just like a high-tech security camera. It detects even the slightest motion and automatically triggers 6 ultra-bright LED high beams. During the day, it's disguised as a high-tech security camera. It's completely wireless and installs in just seconds. Powered by solar panels, no batteries needed. It adjusts a full 360 degrees. Call or go online and order your Bionic Extreme 360 for just $19.99. But wait, we can also include a second one. Just pay a separate fee. Plus, we'll give you free shipping on your entire order.
To order, call 1-800-316-1548 or go online to buybionic360.com. So call 1-800-316-1548 or go to buybionic360.com.
Are you having trouble hearing your TV or listening to conversations in loud spaces? Then it might be time to consider Nano hearing aids. Don't mistake Nanos for cheap amplifiers. Nanos are FDA-registered OTC hearing aids, which means no more having to go to a doctor and spend thousands. Nano hearing aids are now offering $100 off through this special TV offer. Order right now and get 2 CIC rechargeable hearing aids for only $297. And if you're not happy, return them for a full refund.
Now on CoastTV News.
The showers and storms have diminished across Delmarva this morning with a very warm and humid day in store. More heavy rain will build in tonight into Wednesday, prompting a yellow alert. Details coming up.
Biden to end historic beach visit as we look ahead to the effort in securing the Democrat nomination for Kamala Harris.
Decision aftermath, that Biden announcement coming from the Sussex County coast, how it's being received now in our area.
Off the coast, Denrec Reef, the latest artificial one, and what the agency hopes to accomplish with it.
This is CoastTV News Today.
July 23rd, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning. Thank you all for joining us. I'm Paige Marley.
Time is 5:30. Let's talk ponies.
Yeah.
We've mentioned it a few times in this half hour. If you're just joining us tomorrow, of course, the big Chincoteague Pony Swim, and you're going to be there. You're going to be part of our live coverage tomorrow.
I'm so excited to see the ponies live. I can't wait. So yeah, join us tomorrow, bright and early. Be live there from 5 to 7. Again at midday. That's at 11. And then if you actually want to see the ponies swimming, because of course they're not going to be.
That's the big event.
Yeah, they're not going to be swimming at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
That's around noon. So you got to get your DSN app. We reminded you just a couple minutes ago, but just download it really quick. It's a good app. All right, but we are going to bring in first alert meteorologist Bob Trahy now, because if you're going to the pony swim tomorrow, bring a raincoat, right, Bob?
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, guys, showers and storms tomorrow for the pony swim. So I'll have more on that forecast coming up. But that heavy rain from last night has now moved off the coast, and now we're seeing clearing skies across Delmarva. So we get a break today from that rain last night that dumped at least an inch of rain across many areas. And now we're seeing a little dry pocket moving into the area. Temperatures are mild out the door. Delmar 74, Georgetown 74, Indian River Inlet 75. The southwest breeze as the southwest flow continues. So we're looking at maybe a little bit of fog this morning, still some puddles, wet roads. So take a little slow. And then we're quickly warming through the 80s. I think we'll see more sunshine this afternoon, 80s to around 90 inland areas and 80s along the beaches as well as the winds pick up out of the south. And it feels like temperatures in the low to mid 90s away from the coast. So watch out. The heat and the sun. UV index today, very high. It's a 9. Burn time 10 minutes. So use extra caution as we're in the very high range today. It does dip a little bit Wednesday and Thursday, then very high again Friday into Saturday. So protect yourself in the sun and the warmth the next couple of days.
All right, will do, Bob. Thank you. Now, with all the political change happening lately, we wanted to know how the people of Delmarva felt going into the presidential election with voting right around the corner.
Yeah, voting season, not day, voting season begins in some states. Monday, we took to the streets and asked people with the news of Harris being endorsed, though not the official nominee, and Trump being the Republican candidate, who are you going to vote for?
I hadn't really made up my mind about who I was voting for, but I think it's good that he's dropping out because I don't think he's up to it health-wise.
Whoever the Democratic nominee is, but hopefully Kamala Harris. That would be good for us.
I got no idea, man. Really? It's crazy.
I think that's how a lot of us feel right now. It's crazy. Now, Vice President Kamala Harris has enough delegate support, though, to become the Democratic Party nominee.
Although Harris appears to be the frontrunner for the nomination convention, delegates, they're still free to vote for the candidate of their choice. This will take place at the Democrat National Convention in Chicago in August. The vice president was endorsed by President Biden minutes after he announced he would not be running for re-election. Harris issued a statement after hearing the news that she has secured commitments from enough delegates, saying that she looks forward to formally accepting the nomination soon. Happening today after nearly a week in isolation at his North Shore's home, President Biden scheduled to leave this afternoon and return to the White House. On your screen, we're going to show you the last time Biden was seen by the public or members of the media. This was on July 17th, and it was just before midnight when Biden arrived at Dover Air Force Base for this trip to our coast. It was a trip that would become historic, with Biden announcing on Sunday he was dropping out of the race for re-election.
Now, last night in Wilmington, Vice President Kamala Harris visited the campaign headquarters. It was there Biden phoned in, making it the first time he arrived he's seen in Delaware since that week that the public heard from the president.
I know yesterday's news was surprising and it was hard for you to hear, but it was the right thing to do. I know it's hard because you poured your heart and soul into me to help us win this thing, help me get this nomination.
You know, during that call, Biden once again expressed his support for Harris as his replacement on the Democrat presidential ticket. Now, the big question for Democrats, of course, what now? With the clock ticking toward the Democrat National Convention in Chicago, just about 4 weeks away now, President Biden's historic decision to stand down and endorse Vice President Harris could give her a critical head start against her potential rivals. While Vice President Harris saying she intends to earn and win the nomination, Republicans are relishing the battle ahead.
Democrats are in free fall, trying to figure out who they're going to have as their candidate.
Now, many of the candidates seen as possible challengers to Harris have actually now come behind her, in California Governor Gavin Newsom, Arizona Senator Mark Kelly, Governor Josh Shapiro, and Roy Cooper, all of them now endorsing Harris.
We move on, and happening today, the mother of Gavin Knupp expected to be in court. Now, you may remember the Worcester County teen killed in a hit-and-run 2 years ago, and according to the court, Tiffany Knupp facing 9 charges, including several felonies and misdemeanors. Court says she's being charged with theft between $1,500 and $25,000. Knupp is also being charged with misappropriate embezzlement, and this is all relating to funds from the Gavin Knupp Foundation and the Shaka Pool Bar. Knupp's lawyer has previously denied the allegations, and you can find more information on this in our article on CoastTV.com.
This morning, Delaware State Police will continue an investigation into a shooting that happened in Milton Monday morning. Police say it was around 4:47 a.m. when they responded to a call about a shooting on Collins Street. That's where troopers found a 19-year-old man who had been shot in the torso. That man taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Police say that the preliminary investigation revealed the man was living in a shed on the property when an unknown person fired several shots at that shed.
Happening now, U.S. air travel still not completely back to normal after last week's outage. Most affected carriers report they've recovered from a software defect that set off thousands of cancellations and delays.
But one of the world's largest airlines says its problems continue. Amy Kiley shows us how passengers are still feeling the impact of that outage.
She's been on hold for 6 hours and 20 minutes.
Some air travelers could face days of continued headaches from a software defect that's caused thousands of flight cancellations and delays since Friday. Most carriers say they're recovering or recovered, but Delta is still struggling. This statement from its CEO Monday suggests the carrier's problems could continue into the week.
Just have a plan of when we're going to get home. I don't know when that'll be. They talked about Wednesday night or Thursday morning.
At issue is a faulty update to cybersecurity software from CrowdStrike. That company says it has released a fix, and most users are back to normal. For many affected airlines, the glitch involves computers used to check in passengers. But Delta says it also impaired one of its crew tracking tools, making its problem worse. Another concern is stranded luggage. Some travelers report missing an essential, like a work computer. Delta's policy doesn't include reimbursement for lost income. Other passengers say they're running out of medicine.
It's kind of crazy to, have someone look at you when you tell them, hey, if I don't get this medication, I could have a seizure, stroke, or pass out. And they just say, I don't know what to tell you.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
All right, we still have more news to get to, so don't go anywhere.
Yeah, coming up, DENREC sinks ships, how this is hoped to increase marine life off the Delaware coast.
And Stephen Decatur alum succeeding for the second year in a row, a former athlete, now a major league player. We're telling you where they will start their rookie year. We'll be right back.
Your wallet is always in danger. Criminals can hack your information without you even knowing. Introducing Slim Mint, an ultra-thin RFID blocking wallet that keeps your cards and cash protected. Slim Mint uses the latest RFID blocking technology to prevent thieves from stealing your info. It's ergonomically designed to optimize space and keep your belongings organized. With the auto-locking Slim Mint, your cards and money stay securely in place. It has a built-in cash clip and a flexible outer band to fit your additional cards in cash. Call or click now and get Slim Mint for just $29.99. Order in the next 5 minutes and you'll get an instant $10 discount. So it's only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get Slim Mint at this low price. There's a strict limit of 3 Slim Mint wallets while supplies last. Don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-613-4296. Call or visit slimmintwallet.com. So call 1-800-613-4296 now.
Can't wait to get to work.
Oh, let's get you ready for fall. 1 lap for each vowel.
Ryan Seacrest joins Vanna White this fall on Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune on CoastTV.
Welcome to the party. You guys, this is our show. You just never know who you're going to meet here. Let's do this.
Drew Barrymore, weekdays at noon on CoastTV.
5:40 as we're drying things out on this Tuesday morning. Sun's up at 5:55 in Ocean City. You're looking at some sunshine as we go through the morning and close to 80 degrees by 9 a.m. as we're seeing the clouds beginning to clear out. The rain has moved offshore and there is some drier air building in from the west. I think that'll be the case today, so we get a break from the heavy rain for a while. Temperatures in the mid-70s and a light southwest breeze. And on the golf course, yeah, it's going to take a little while for those greens to dry out. So it's fair in the putting category. Warm and humid 89, but feels like temperatures 90 to 95. Call the CoastTV First Alert weather phone. Your forecast just a call away. It's sponsored by Baird Mandalis, Brockstead, and Federico.
This morning, Millsboro will be discussing its bypass project once again. According to State Representative Rich Collins, a DelDOT engineer will talk about where that project stands now and answer any questions. Here's what the project looked like in May. The goal of all that, getting traffic out of downtown with a planned completion by DelDOT in summer 2025. It's expected to be 2 miles long and run from the Route 13 and 20 intersection to Route 24. 4 bridges are planned to be built along the bypass, with some of those going over Millsboro Pond.
Also new this morning, the pickleball courts in Milford's Memorial Park will be closed. According to the city, courts are in need of repairs to cracks in the surface. Crews will be applying new top coat to fix this issue. People should expect the closure to last for at least 5 days, weather permitting.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
For the second year in a row, a Stephen Decatur grad was taken in the Major League draft. And last night, we had an opportunity to talk with the newest pro from Berlin. Evan Truitt was picked in the 12th round by the Mariners a week ago today. The Berlin native graduated from Decatur in 2021 and spent the past couple years at Charleston Southern in the Big South. Truitt was effective as a starter and later as a reliever, earning first-team all-conference honors this past season as a junior. Truitt is at the Mariners facility in Peoria, Arizona right now and credits East Coast Titans baseball on Delmarva for building his rise to stardom.
Yeah, I played travel ball for the Shockers growing up and then made the change to the East Coast Titans when they started their travel ball organization. And the couple coaches that were at both with me were Jim Terrell and Todd Lampman. And they have kind of been with me since I was probably like 9 or 10 years old and kind of pushed me to make this thing happen. And then, they still check in every once in a while when I'm home. They come see me throw and make sure I have a place to go work out. So they've been huge for me.
And away from baseball, tomorrow, don't forget, the Chincoteague Pony Swim will air on DSN at noon. Keep it here for live coverage of one of Delmarva's best traditions of the summer. That'll do for sports.
All right, looking forward to the Pony Swim. Right now, though, for the first time in 3 months, there's a new #1 album on the Billboard chart. David Daniel reveals who knocked Taylor Swift from the top spot in today's Hollywood Minute.
Toby Maguire got bit by a spider. Me must have got bit by a goat.
The Death of Slim Shady, Coup de Grace, is Eminem's 11th career #1 album on the Billboard 200. Billboard reports it debuted with the best sales week of any rap album this year. That ends the 12-week run at #1 of Taylor Swift's The Tortured Poets Department, which fell to #4.
What are you waiting for, huh? What are you waiting for?
Sony isn't waiting to cast its reboot of its 1997 horror hit, I Know What You Did Last Summer. Original stars Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. are in talks to return, alongside younger stars Madeline Klein from Outer Banks and Glass Onion, Tiny Beautiful Things actress Sarah Pidgeon, a Tony nominee for Broadway's Stereophonic, and Jonah Hauer-King, who played the prince in the Little Mermaid reboot, as well as Camila Mendes from Riverdale and Tyreek Withers from Atlanta. The new film is due in theaters July 18, 2025. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Get this, we are now just 3 days away from the 2024 Paris Olympics. The best athletes from around the world will gather on the big stage. You can catch all the action right here on Coast TV starting July 26th.
And then starting July 27th, tune into Coast TV News for the Olympic Zone. This is a show that features a daily summary and a showcase of up-to-the-minute Olympics content. There's super cool behind-the-scenes content that sets the stage for the most important action every night of the games. All that happening exclusively on Coast TV News at 7:30 during the games.
We're seeing a lot of clouds out there this morning in Salisbury. Had some blue sky a little earlier. Blue skies will increase as we go through the days. We get a break from the rain, but it will be very warm and humid. But the rain returns tonight and Wednesday with a yellow alert for possible heavy rain. Your forecast details coming up in 2 minutes.
For every season, every weather moment, stay ahead with the Coast TV First Alert Weather Phone. Just call 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Baird, Mandalis, Brockstead, and Federico.
If you have a mosquito problem in your yard, call the professionals at Bennett Termite.
At Bennett Termite, we use vehicle-mounted power rigs versus backpacks. The Bennett Termite difference is to effectively eradicate your mosquito problem with better application and more coverage. How? Bennett Termite technicians use quality equipment and the proper amount of treatment for your entire yard. Trust the company that is there for you.
Remember, Delmarva, quality isn't expensive, it's priceless.
What do you do when your tire goes flat and there's no air anywhere? You reach for Bullseye Pro, the smarter, faster, hands-free way to fill it up with air. Bullseye Pro is equipped with a rechargeable power plant, smart pressure sensor, and custom nozzles. It's like the power of an air compressor in the palm of your hand. Get your complete Bullseye Pro inflation system for just $79.99 and get free shipping. Plus, we'll give you a 50% discount on a second one. Order now.
You like to keep your beard perfectly groomed, but she hates all that mess. Now there's VacuTrim by Bell & Howell, the total body shaver that trims your hair and vacuums it up. VacuTrim stainless steel blades give you a precision cut, while the built-in vacuum captures the hair shavings. It has 20 trim settings to shape your beard and tame body hair with no mess. Get VacuTrim with free shipping for only $39.95.
Call 1-800-263-0608. That's 1-800-263-0608 or go to vacutrim.com.
Hey moms, you know those unforgettable face palms? Those moments that leave us both laughing and sighing. They're not just mishaps, there are shared stories. Share your unique mom moments with us. Go to coastlife.com/mom.
Time is now 5:47. We are going to take a live look and see what's going on now in Salisbury. Very cloudy there, Bob, but that should be expected. We know rain's kind of been the story.
Rain was a big story last night, Paige, and of course we had a tornado warning across Sussex County. There was some rotation, but we haven't seen any damage there, but we had a lot of rain. We get a break from the rain today, but unfortunately for the pony swim tomorrow in Chincoteague, which, by the way, starts on DSN around the noon hour or at noon, we could be looking at some isolated storms from noon to about 2 p.m. and then more scattered storms after that, and temperatures in the mid to upper 80s, and we're looking at a southwest breeze as well. So the ponies ponies, and the spectators could be getting wet a little bit. We know the ponies are getting wet, but the spectators could be too with some rain. But we're starting to dry things out now. The rain has moved offshore, and we are seeing some breaks. Still some clouds. Use extra caution this morning. Still some puddles, wet roads from last night's rain, but we're still in the southwesterly flow. We do get a break from the rain today. There is more rain developing across the Tennessee Valley as we have a trough of low pressure across the Great Lakes, and that's rotating this flow out of the southwest. And with fronts just kind of hanging around, that is the focus for showers and storms every once in a while. Temperatures out the door this morning in the low to mid 70s. We have a light southwesterly breeze, so this morning some low clouds, maybe a little bit of fog. Otherwise, temperatures quickly rising through the 80s as we see more sunshine by noon, mid 80s, even some 80s along the coast, and maybe some lower 90s around Long Neck and Lewis later on. Very muggy, but at least we'll see the sun drying things out a little bit. 80s at the coast, but that dry patch dries up because we're looking at more rain through the overnight hours, and some of this rain could be heavy at times through the overnight into tomorrow morning. So keep that in mind for your morning rush. Maybe some flooding in poor drainage areas, vivid lightning as we see more of these showers tomorrow morning. Of course, we've got the pony swim tomorrow in Chincoteague, and I think there will be some scattered storms there. And across the rest of the area, still some isolated storms into tomorrow evening. And I don't think we're done there yet, because as we go into Thursday, I think we'll see that front, moving through, and it's still a chance of a few showers as we go into later Thursday. And then into Friday, we do start to dry things out as the winds turn to the north and west. The humidity will lower a little bit, and right now the weekend is looking good. Our muggy meter is not so good as we go through the next few days. Humid to very humid, but then we start to dry things out Friday and a little muggy into the weekend, but not as bad as the next few days. And we've already picked up a lot of rain the last couple of days. We could see another 1.5 inches to close to 2 inches between now and Thursday. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 89 today. A yellow alert Wednesday for the potential of some flooding rain, 85. Still some showers Thursday, 84. We dry it out Friday with mid-80s into the weekend right now. Sun and clouds Saturday, more sun on Sunday, and then Monday 87 and partly cloudy.
All right, thank you, Bob. In Milton, the effort continues to have some control over development within town limits. A resolution was passed this month. It allows the Parks and Rec Committee to conduct an inventory on town parks and public open spaces. The time range for the studies runs through next year. Supporters say this will help locals and town leaders have an understanding of the outdoor resources. This is expected to be reviewed by the town's Park and Rec Committee today.
DenRec saying it sunk 2 vintage vessels on Delaware Reef Site 11. DenRec says it's all part of its goal to diversify the marine habitat for angling and diving on Delaware's renowned artificial reef system. The 2 vessels that were sunk were a retired City of Baltimore fireboat and a World War II era tugboat. Reef Site 11 is known as the Redbird Reef because it also has more than 700 retired and repurposed New York City Redbird subway cars. That's interesting. The sinking was done by Norfolk-based marine contractor Colleen Marine. Very cool. All right, coming up on Coast TV News today, it's important for anyone to stay safe in the heat, but especially those who are pregnant. We're showing you what doctors say every woman should know in order to take care of themselves and their growing baby. We'll be right back.
Elevate your business and engage more customers with Draper Media. Our diverse network of media properties such as WBOC, Coast TV, 93.5 The Beach, and 102.5 WBOC reaches over 500,000 Delmarva residents across various channels like television, radio, social media, and digital platforms. Enhance your brand's visibility across the Delmarva region with Draper Media. Our passionate team of media specialists and content creators are dedicated to showcasing your brand through engaging commercials, dynamic drone footage, eye-catching graphic and web design, and social media branding. Share your brand story on our popular programs, capturing the attention of your target audience. Trust your brand with Draper Media, a family-oriented company serving the Delmarva community. Contact Frank Hamilton today at fhamilton@wboc.com to get started.
Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness? If you've ever experienced the warning signs of bad circulation, then you need Legzercise Pro, the natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg movement to soothe pain and promote healthy circulation the natural drug-free way. Soothe pain and calm restless legs. Reduce swelling in your legs, ankles, and feet and stimulate healthy circulation. Stay active with Legzercise Pro.
Smell funky? Get Skunky, the Shower Anywhere sponges that clean all your funky parts from your head to your feet and everything in between. Just add water, work it into a rich lather, and it's ready to use. Skunky effectively lifts and removes oil and dirt from your skin and hair without any rinsing required. Just towel dry and you're done without any sticky residue. Skunky is ideal for contractors or anyone who works outdoors. A hiking, fishing, or camping trip wouldn't be complete without Skunky. Skunky is a game changer for all ages and a must for elder care. Call now and get 20 Skunky 60-second shower pads for only $9.99. But wait, order now and we'll send you 5 more absolutely free. That's 25 showers for only $9.99. There's a strict limit of 1 family pack per order at this incredibly low price. Order now.
To order, call 1-800-615-9517 or visit GetSkunky.com. That's GetSkunky.com. Order now.
Extreme heat can be dangerous for anyone, but people who are pregnant, especially vulnerable. Exposure to high temperatures can not only harm them, it can also lead to complications with the pregnancy.
Mandy Gaither has every pregnant person has what they need to know to stay safe during a heat wave.
Extreme heat and pregnancy. It's not just uncomfortable, but also potentially dangerous.
Pregnant women are at increased risk of heat exhaustion and heat stroke due to the fact that there's a lot of physiologic changes that causes differences in blood flow in their bodies.
Dr. Catherine Caponero, an OBGYN with Cleveland Clinic, says not only can extreme heat be harmful to the person who's pregnant, it can also cause complications for the developing fetus.
So trying your best to do all that you can in your control in order to stay cool and to keep your body healthy is really important for your pregnancy.
To stay safe in the heat, Caponero says try to stay inside during the hottest times of the day. If you do go out, wear light-colored clothing in layers to help keep you as cool as possible. Check the air quality index. Breathing polluted air can cause harm to pregnant people. And finally, stay hydrated. Caponero recommends consuming between 8 and 12 glasses of water a day.
A lot of pregnant women can't tolerate straight water, so sometimes flavoring that with fruits or even a splash of juice can be really helpful.
Since you know your body best, Caponero says if something doesn't feel right in the summer heat, talk to a doctor.
Making sure that you are watching yourself, taking care of yourself, and listening to your body is one of the best things that you can do as a pregnant patient.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
It's now 5:56. It's time to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
And today's coastal pet of the day is at his favorite place on Delmarva. On your screen, that's Taffy. And Taffy loves hanging out at the bay at Dewey Beach. I think I've been in that area.
Yeah.
It's clear his favorite thing to do is catch some waves. Taffy was submitted to us by his family in Dewey Beach.
A great picture, and we want to keep seeing all your pets on Delmarva. Send us more photos and tell us what you love most about your pet.
On your screen, there's a QR code, and if you scan that, you can submit your furry friend to CoastTV News, then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
We are coming up on 5:57. Time for a quick look at your forecast before you head out your door.
Yeah, we're attempting to dry out a bit today, Bob.
Yeah, we need to. Boy, that was quite the rain some of us picked up last night, but we do get a break. A little dry slot today. It's going to be warm and muggy, though. Winds west-southwest, so it should dry out a little bit into the afternoon as far as the humidity goes, but upper 80s, close to 90 in some inland locations. A little cooler at the beach. Paul Davis 10-day forecast. There is a yellow alert for tomorrow. I think we'll see more rain building in tonight into tomorrow and maybe some flooding, especially in poor drainage areas. Still some showers Thursday, but then drying out Friday. And the weekend is looking nice. Mid-80s. Hey, how about that? But then the 90s are back as soon as next Wednesday with a few storms.
All right, coming up in our next hour, Biden public comments. We went nearly a week without Biden being seen or heard along our coast, what the president told supporters last night about his historic decision. That and more as we continue on Coast TV News today.